football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. They run it with Carson. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7. Leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Carson, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Now Wilson. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 11 yards there and a 1st down for Seattle. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
54, right there, 54 Mike. I'm coming after you.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 11 yards there, 1st down. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
Well, they're always hoping on that type of a play that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward.
I can't believe they even let you play. Switch.
Wilson now off the bootleg. Out to the right, he gets it to Lockett. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
3 more yards.
23 yards, the final tally.
Another Seahawks. 1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
Here's Wilson. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. 1st down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further.
At the Steelers' 16-yard line.
Here's Wilson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Justin Lane.
Boy, that's the kind of interception that can save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores. Huge play, slowing down what was going against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, could be in for a long ball game. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, what's the plan of attack here? Very late 2nd quarter, and look where the ball is.
Yeah,
in trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And what else could go wrong at this point? This is going to be a defensive touchdown as they keep piling it on. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit.
Raiders set to kick off.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Taken about 7 yards deep. And Thomas just going to hold on to this one. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive. Then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way. And that's caught inside the 35. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Mike 56. Mike 56. Mike 56. You can't block me. You can't block me. 56. Mike 56.
From the gun, Stratton. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it. And he is all the way up past the 25. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
He talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds.
Brought down back at the
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
Green 80. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Rip right. Mike 54. Mike 54. I'm coming, baby. Woo!
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Lane. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more.
So first thing that crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
56 is Mike. 56 is Mike.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
They're running it. Mike 56. Mike 56. Time to go right now.
To throw again. Stratton. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Incomplete. intended for Juju Smith-Schuster. It's third down and 10 yards to go.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, Stratton. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. I believe it was you, Mr. Davis, who said something about them opening things up, taking shots downfield because that D might gang up against the run, and we just saw evidence of why that was a good idea.
And indeed, my friend, just like if broken watch is right twice a day, I get them right every now and then.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7.
Brett Maher is set to kick off.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
Set to kick off.
The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And Thomas just going to hold on to this one. It's a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minutes. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Stratton. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Griffin. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, Stratton looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Prater on to add the extra point. He knocks it through. It's 28-7.
Makes the score Seahawks 28, Steelers 7. Matt Prater set to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And this carries into the end zone, and Thomas just going to hold on to this one. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Looking to throw. Stratton looking long for Thomas. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. He's picked off at his own 46. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye.
And he finds Lockett in the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Seahawks capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. And he'll bang that one through.
Makes the score Seahawks 35, Steelers 7.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This will make it into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Their own 23-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
To number 83. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. On the counter, Gurley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there, first down. They went counter there offensively, and a couple of the defenders were on skates for a second.
They certainly were, and you know what offensive linemen love about the counters and the misdirections? Sometimes you don't have to block the defender. He can run himself out of the play if he doesn't read his keys properly.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
This is Bond. Tackled by Darrell Taylor.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defense coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
2nd and 9 at the 44-yard line.
2nd and 9 from the 44. Operating from the gun. Stratton escaping the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. That didn't appear to be a design safety blitz. I think he was just going off instinct.
I love the way you described that because I'm thinking along with you. I'm not sure that was designed that way, but he saw an opportunity, gambled a little bit, and made it pay off.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on third down. From the gun, Stratton. And he's going to go down again.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. And now a high kick, but he hit it straight up.
Tyler
35 yards that time on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
16-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're continuing to rock and roll, and at intermission, maybe sometimes you fear after such a good first half of a letdown, but that wasn't the case.
And what I remember most about being in those situations is exactly what you're talking about. You almost have that sense of satisfaction. You're like, we're doing really well. I remember one time someone saying, winning's fun, but so is playing really well. Why would we want to do otherwise? That was the message, to keep the intensity up, to keep things going, and that's exactly what we're seeing here from this team.
Yeah, it's helped them extend their lead. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey, check right, check right. Watch it, 5. Woo! Check 13. 14. Block that.
To throw is Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Russell Wilson now with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And this offense is running away with this one.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Stratton. And got his man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
Johnson.
That goes for a gain of 31.
1st down. Pittsburgh.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Stratton. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this 3rd quarter play. Back now in Seattle, Washington. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. after the incomplete pass. Here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Stratton. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Off play action. Stratton. Eluding the pressure right. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a 1st down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Throwing on 1st down. Stratton. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
49.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. To throw again. Stratton. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 18. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown.
Complete to
An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers are able to strike for 6.
For the extra point.
And that was a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone, so give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28.
Brett Maher is set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to it. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a 1st down. A nice, consistent game.
Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf, 51 yards. And this offense continues to pour it on.
Well, they just continue to roll. And, Charles, for you and I, we want the close games, but for them, it has to be so nice to enjoy this big cushion.
I can't remember the last time we saw them play this loose and have this much fun. I think they'd love to be able to capture this game, carry it with them from week to week, and be able to execute like this in all the rest of their games.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, Stratton. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Throwing again here on 2nd down, this time complete. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
And it's 3rd down.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Operating from the gun, Stratton. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh 1st.
Pittsburgh.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Again, he'll drop to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 34. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
The ball carrier.
Yeah, boy, it is tough to bring him down that time. He surges forward. He's going to get a full 6 out of that. 2nd down.
2nd and 4.
And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. Carson. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
On 2nd down now, it's Carson. They get 9 yards back on the run there. They're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash. He's carried the ball. He's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
On 3rd down, Carson. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. They get this out quickly to the left side, and he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Play action. Now Wilson. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield.
Wilson's pass.
Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd down and 2.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. It's a gain of 4, and it gets him the first.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
They go play action with Wilson. Flush to his right. 14 yards there on the pickup. And this long drive is going to continue as they move the chains again.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Seahawks here as we say so long from Seattle.